So 6 years ago, I created an in 10 years goals list of things I wanted to accomplish by the next decade, at which point I would be 28 or 9. Then in 2013, 3 years into that decade, I revisited the goal list and updated myself and my viewers on what I had accomplished and my thoughts on the remaining goals, how I thought I was tracking, if they were still important to me. Now it is 6 years into that decade, 2/3 of the way through. So I'm going to briefly revisit those goals that I made 6 years ago and tell you about the kind of forward planning that I am now doing. So 6 years ago, I wanted to get a degree that I was proud of. I wanted to visit 5 countries, 3 of which were not English speaking. I had accomplished that by 2013, and I have continued to add to my list of countries and continents visited. Wanted to get a job that I was proud of. In 2013, I was interning in some really cool places, and now I have a job that I didn't know existed in 2010, much less 2013, and that I am proud of in lots of ways. But it definitely is a goal of mine to do full-time work that I am like madly proud of and can evangelize about, and that my friends can understand, and that I can share with the world. That is really a big part of what I've realized about myself over the last few years, is I do want to do work that impacts a lot of people and that a lot of people can see and learn from and appreciate. So working on that. I wanted to live in my very own apartment in 2010. By 2013, I was sharing one with a roommate, and now it's only 300 square feet, but it is home sweet home. I wanted to be financially independent in 2010. By 2013, I was very close. I was still relying on some scholarships from school and healthcare from my parents. Still have healthcare from my parents, thanks Mom and Dad. But yes, I'm financially independent, and I have been so for several years. And it's something that I want to continue to maintain and hopefully be able to give back to my family, my grandparents, my parents, my siblings. I wanted to write another novel in 2010. I had written a couple for NaNoWriMo. In 2013, I was so busy with academic writing and kind of getting into work and learning how to write in the business world. And now I am doing way more writing than I have since I was a teenager. Between my podcast, internet stuff, prose writing for myself, journaling, certainly work emails of all my businesses. I'm writing ebooks that I want to release one day, nonfiction about job preparation, resume editing, stuff like that, and resolving to make something every day this year. I haven't totally lived up to it. There have definitely been some days where I didn't even, contribute a sentence to a project that I was working on, but my creativity is so much stronger than it has been in years, and I absolutely now understand how practice makes perfect and how just regular, consistent application of effort creates art. In 2010, I really wanted to visit the Louvre and to live outside of New York. I accomplished both things by 2013, but it's still there. I still want to go back and spend about a week in the Louvre. 2 days was not even near enough time, but I do want to make my home outside of New York, at least for a short time. What I would really love to do, sort of digital nomad lifestyle, is to be able to have a home base in a city, have my home, my stuff, my books, my family, but be able to work wherever. And so my sort of dream is to be self-employed, or to have a flexible work location, be able to work from home, and be able to spend, 2, 3, 4 months at a time living somewhere new. I love Amsterdam. I would love to live there. I would love to return to London, Paris, brush up on my French, Madrid, Barcelona, brush up on my Spanish. Where else? Puerto Vallarta. Oh, so many. Speaking of which, I have passable conversational Spanish and super rudimentary, just reading sort of levels of French. I really want to deepen both. I sort of fear my brain getting less elastic as I get older, but I also don't want to be like ageist and dismissive of future me. I'm only 24. I've packed a lot into my, 10 years of sort of consciousness, since I sort of became a teenager, but it's absolutely on my list. I started studying Irish Gaelic, super hard language. God, I'm so glad I didn't grow up in Ireland, because then I would have had to take Gaelic in school, and it is so much harder than French or Spanish. Irish viewers, total props. And in 2013, I closed my video by saying that I didn't know exactly what kind of job I wanted to have, but that I wanted to work with literature and to be creative. Those are my two sort of pillars or elements of a job. And I also said then that I realized that I would probably have to make new jobs wherever I went. I'd probably have to freelance and have side hustles and kind of cobble together the life for myself and the job for myself that I wanted to have. Man, 2013 me did not even know it was coming. That is 100% true, and becoming more and more official as I, start businesses and start like a creative practice for myself that has a name and a brand, and social media presences. And I cannot wait to make those things more official, to grow my businesses more, to partner with more people, to get out into the world and to share with people the things that I've been working on. But I don't want to be a creative person. I want to be a midwife for creative people. I want to stage manage. I want to produce. I want to take care of the operations and the paperwork and the boring strategic, money-making stuff behind great art. And that is where I think my talents are put to the best use. That's where I feel the proudest of myself and the most engaged in the work that I do. And that's my sweet spot. I want to say to somebody, all right, kid, let's make it happen. I want to coach and fund and strategize and market and make official someone's passion project, someone's dream. I want to focus on bringing new kinds of art to new kinds of audiences. And yes, I want to write, and yes, I want to have creative practice of my own, but I think I am way more useful, and the work is way more fulfilling and way less stressful to be that midwife for other people. Join us for tomorrow, the final day of VEDA 2016.